What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is living in Grand Junction, Colorado. A little breezy out today, so hey, the show must go on. We're out and about doing real estate stuff. There's Christie. So we're going to have an informative video and give you some data, some local stats that are hot off the press. And again, since Christie is driving, it could be very well entertaining too.
And the driver is completely lethal.
We'll do it right after this, so stay tuned. What is going on, everybody? I'm Robert Hayes.
And I'm Christy Hayes.
And we are the Hayes Home Group right here in gorgeous Grand Junction, Colorado. Hey, if this is your first time to this channel and you just want to know everything about what it's like to work, live, play, eat, sleep, and the housing market stats, make sure that you hit subscribe, tap the bell so you're notified every single time we post new video. We're getting reach outs every day from folks looking to move out this way, and we absolutely love it. So if that's you, that information popping up below, reach out any way that you know how. Give us a phone call, shoot us a text, send us an email. What else, Christy?
Even send that carrier pigeon.
That's right, send the carrier pigeon. We've got your back days, nights, weekends when moving here to Grand Junction. So like I said, hot off the press, got them right here in my lap. We're going to talk about some recent stats, some data, real-time news about what's going on here in Grand Junction. Again, Christy's driving, could be fun. No putting your arm out the window in a fist, Christy. You're on video, so can't do that today.
Darn it.
So again, as far as the real estate market, you're going to hear, and I bet you my editor, he's super awesome. He'll probably throw up some, some news media headlines, market crash, this and that and the other, down, 50%, all this crazy stuff. And, again, we're here to tell you, yes, we're in a recession. That's obvious. She was just commenting this morning about how much chicken was per pound. She's like, oh my gosh, it's like $1 more than it used to be. So I get it. But as far as the housing market, I wanted to give you, again, some real-time data about what's going on here in Grand Junction. So I wanted to also kind of apologize up front for that picture on this video with the flaming house and the negative 16%. The reason why I did that is you yourself have probably seen some of these doom and gloom videos on YouTube. And the reason why you see all this doom and gloom stuff, you'll notice a bunch of advertisements on all those videos. You'll notice, conversely, we don't have any advertisements on our videos because we just simply want to give you guys the absolute best information, most accurate information that we can as far as what's going on here in Grand Junction and help you make the best real estate decision. So without further ado, let's just cut to the chase here. So where does that negative 16% come from? Yes, residential sales are down 16% year over year. Now, that doesn't mean anything other than the fact that we're just kind of at pre-COVID levels. The last 2 years, we were absolutely insane with what's gone on in the real estate world. So at some point, the market had to correct, right? And that's kind of where we're at. We're seeing some normalcy in the market, which is absolutely a good thing. We kind of need to see some normalcy all over again. Now, looking at the appreciation year over year, we're actually up 10% year over year in home price appreciation. So all these news stories and YouTube channels and whatever you look at and try to get your up-to-date news on the real estate world, they're always going to throw in the negative. Yeah, negative this, negative that. Of course we're down in sales, and it's actually not that much. I'll give you the exact number. So October of 2021, we had 298 transactions in the month of October. This year we had 248 transactions in the month of October. So yeah, it's a little dip in transactions, but it's certainly not falling off a cliff. Now the appreciation rate, again, still 10% up year over year. We were at $335,000 average sales price in 2021, October 21. Average sales price October of 2022, $371,000. So again, we're still up year over year as far as home price appreciation here in Grand Junction. Now that 10% is not the 38% as it was 2 years ago. I mean, that's just insane. Again, we cannot continue that in a market and have stability. We're actually glad that now as a buyer, you guys are able to go out and look at a property or 2 or 12 if you want and find the perfect one for you. Instead of a year ago, if a home went on the market, our phone would ring off the hook at 8:01 in the morning. Everyone's like, hey, we saw a property come on the market. What's your criteria? Does it have 4 walls and a roof?
Sounds good enough for us.
I mean, that was the criteria back then, right? They just wanted a house.
We just want a home.
Now you guys as a buyer have plenty of more inventory to look at, and you can kind of, expand those check boxes a little bit. Now, what we're finding too, and I think Christie will attest to this, the clients that are reaching out to us to buy property, yeah, interest rate is part of the conversation, but it's like 4 or 5 down the list. The number 1, number 2, and number 3 is usually, hey, we're moving out there because we want a better lifestyle. We want that work-life balance for our kids. There's a job situation there. We're retiring. Those are the reasons why people are moving out this way. It's not really interest rate driven at all. And then to that end, if you're going to look at interest rates, going back 2 years at a rate of 3.5%, let's say, but you're bidding 30 grand over ask price to get it, versus a 7% rate today, where you can get 30, have the house take a $20,000 haircut and get $20,000 in, landscape or seller incentives. It's pretty much even Steven.
Even Steven.
Now, again, I'm not trying to tell you that, interest rates are not a factor. There's certainly a factor when it comes to your purchasing power in some cases, but we're certainly busy here in Grand Junction, that's for sure. Average home sold for 98.14% of the list price. Compared to last year, it was 99% of list price. So, yeah, we're certainly not having homes take a huge haircut from listing price. Now, what you will find, and what you definitely can take advantage of, is a lot of agents that are, again, most of them are, not most, but many, real estate to them is kind of a hobby. It's not a career. It's not full-time like Christie and I. So they're not really sure of what to do as far as pricing a home or educating their seller on what the home should be priced for in this new market. So you'll see some reductions, but it's a reduction coming off a price that wasn't really realistic to begin with. Again, still 10% up year over year from last year. So let me go to another stat here, active listings. So active listings year over year, if I can flip my page over. So for 2021, we had, looks like it was 315 last year, 596 this year. So there you go, almost double the amount of active listings, which again, for you guys as buyers, gives you more to look at, more inventory. Take your time and find the one that's perfect for you guys versus having to run out and just grab a house that's on the market because 28 people are bidding on the same thing. You're having to put an offer in on really something that might not be the best property for you guys. So last stat here, let's take a look at inventory, which they'll always generally, they being, what the real estate market typically is considered stable, is 6 months worth of inventory, where you really don't have an advantage of being a buyer or an advantage of being a seller. Right now, we're at 2.3 months in our wheelhouse price range, which is $300,000 to $400,000, still at 2.7 months. So the demand versus supply is still a little off. So people, are still, pent up demand for buying homes. You've got 8 to 10 million people on the sidelines waiting to get into the market. Baby boomers and also the millennials that are just waiting to get in, looking for that little, lower tick in interest rates. Usually the millennials are the ones that are kind of waiting for that to happen. So we still have a supply issue, and we have still a very, I would say, aggressive pent up demand, which is why, yes, we're in a recession, but this is not going to be anything like 2008. We're already seeing that kind of shake out. So great time if you're a buyer to get a lot of inventory, get those seller concessions, have the seller buy down your interest rate if that's something that's going to be important to you. A lot of different positive things going on in the market right now for you guys as the buyer. So there you go, some local market stats. Wanted to share that with you guys. Again, as a reminder, the last 6 recessions that we've had, 4 of those home prices appreciated during those recessionary periods. So never a good idea to try to time the market. You get in the market and buy real estate when it's the best time for you or you and your family to do so. So hope that helped. Hope that was good stats and info for you. Say bye, Christy.
Bye.
If you guys want to know anything about Grand Junction or the surrounding areas, Palisade to the east, through to off to the west, make sure that you guys reach out any way that you know how. As much as we love doing these videos, we'd love nothing more than to absolutely crush your real estate goals. So that information popping back up below, give us a phone call, shoot us a text, send us an email, even send that carrier pigeon. We've got your back days, nights, weekends when moving out here to Grand Junction. Until the next video, we'll catch you later.